So Movement Sciences was started about 5 years ago. I went out on my own. I was working at a commercial gym, and I decided to go out on my own, and I had a different idea of how things should work and how to be compensated and how to treat clients. And so we started. Our philosophy is creating efficient, intelligent, evidence-based exercise prescriptions. So basically what that means is that every exercise has a reason, every stretch has a purpose. We don't just get in there and work out with people just for the fun of it. Because if you move around and you're trying to lose weight, you're probably going to lose weight. But what's the most efficient way to do that? And what does science tell us? What does our past history tell us and data show? And that's how we prescribe exercise. So the first thing we do is we bring a client through a movement evaluation. So the first session is definitely not a workout. There's very, very little, if not no, exercise that goes on. So we'll videotape their posture. We'll take their blood pressure, their heart rate, make sure that they're safe to exercise, do a health history questionnaire, and then we move forward from there. And it's a challenge to sell someone on exercise and personal training when you don't actually exercise with them. But what we really do is lay out a plan for what we're going to be doing in the future. We find what works, and what works for everybody is getting their body into alignment. If your body's in alignment, you're a great client because it's a lot of fun. We can just get going right after it. But 99% of people who come in have some type of movement dysfunction, some type of misalignment, and we make that a priority to work on that first. Whether you're a Boston 13s rugby player or you're a desk jockey who's just trying to get going on the weekend with your grandkids, it's all the same approach. What I say is personal training is not a luxury. It's not something that only the wealthy can afford. It used to be, because personal training used to be you pay $100 for a workout. That's not what we do. We pay $100 for an education, and that's where the school then blossomed from that. But you're coming in, you get your body in alignment. We teach you what to do on your own. We teach you all the mobility, all the strength training. We show you progression so you can actually do it without us. But most of the time, people want to see how far that rabbit hole goes and say, okay, so how far can I push my body? How much can I do? And we really focus on 5 movements: an upper body push, an upper body pull, a squat, a deadlift, and a split squat, which is a split stance. Those are the 5 movements we use. Well, those 5 movements have so many regressions and progressions and different ways to challenge the body that becomes very, very simple, and now they feel comfortable doing it on their own. But again, they want to just see what we can do to help them continue and go further. Anyone who trains at a high intensity can use these boots. So what we're actually doing right now is, because I was really wondering, how am I going to integrate this? Am I going to use it with my clients and say, okay, we're going to do an hour training session, then you have half an hour in the boots because it takes about half an hour to get the treatment, and then it's actually a recovery tool. The most simple way to describe it, it's for your recovery. But then I thought, who has an hour and a half? In Boston and Copley, they have 45 minutes at most, maybe an hour. So what we actually decided to do was we're going to teach our clients how to warm up, how to foam roll, how to do all that mobility where all the small talk goes on and kind of the BSing goes on. And we say, okay, you're going to do that on your own. You're going to come in, and we're going to kick your ass appropriately, and then you're going to get half an hour in the boots. So now there's your hour, 10 minutes. And we're going to charge $100 for that, which you would charge for personal training. But now I can do 2 clients in 1 hour, so I just doubled my revenue. So that's, I think, how we're going to market this is you do half an hour of this high-intensity interval training, we call HIIT training, and then you go sit in the boots. So that's how we're going to really maximize it.